What's up, rampaging tyrannosaurs of the internet? It's Peter here. I'm a writer, the publisher behind Brainjar Press, and today I want to talk a little bit about this question that often gets asked of writers, which is, people come up to you, they're aspiring writers, and they know that you've been publishing for a while, you've had books out, and they like what you do. So they'll often come up and say, can you have a look at something that I've read and something that I've written, and let me know whether I should keep going or not? And it's a really hard question to answer, because making that judgment based on a single snapshot of where someone's craft is at a given time is often a really, really terrible idea, because it gives you no real insight as to how they're going to progress or where they're going to go. And despite all these kind of mythology that there is kind of innate talent that you will spot and people will be discovered and someone will come along and shape you and mold you, the truth is that a lot of success in writing is really just about sticking around, getting better over time, gradually producing more and more work and doing things. So just to give you an example of this, these days, I'm doing moderately okay as a writer. I've won some awards. I've had some books published. I run my own publishing company. But I very recently found a copy of this manuscript, Demonstalker by Peter Ball, written when I was 18 years old and doing my undergraduate degree at university, where I did actually major in creative writing because I really, really wanted to be a writer. And this was an assignment that I submitted in my first year. And it's a really interesting insight into what my process was like at age 18, where I had obviously just seen The Crow far too many times and really just wanted to replicate it. So I'm just going to do a reading of the first page, just so you get some idea of just where I was at age 18, which is, now a good 25 odd years ago. So, chapter 1. Michael crouched low on the rooftop, the large sword that he held in his hand, turning the torrential rain to mist as it touched the silvery blade. Fuck me, what in the hell was I doing? Michael's shirt and jeans were drenched by the rain, and the small rivers ran off the back of his leather jacket to pool around his feet. His hair hung limply around his face, almost obscuring his vision because of its length. He remained perfectly still, not noticing the rain in his concentration on the vision below me. Now, I spend a lot of time teaching writing classes these days, and I'm kind of looking at this going, what is it? Don't know if it'll show up. 23 out of 30 for this assignment. I'm just like, how the fuck did I do that? Okay, so paragraph 2. The city stretched out beneath his view, all lit up because of the darkness of night and rain. From his vantage point, Michael could see the people below hurrying about, escaping the rain. I really wanted you to know it was raining. They ran with umbrellas or drove in cars or jumped into taxis or buses. In a briefly fanciful moment, Michael imagined that the flow of people and cars was a pulse, the lifeblood of the city rushing around to keep it alive. Now, what's really interesting about this, I still use this metaphor quite often in first drafts, and I always have to go back and take it out, because I'm like, no, I've done this far too many times. I did not know I was doing this at age 18. Okay, he shook the thought away and returned to his vigil like, what the fuck, Peter, were you doing? 18-year-old Peter, thank God you never actually asked someone, should I give up? Because someone would have read this and said yes. All right, he shook the thought away and returned to his vigil. It wasn't that the master disproved of such thoughts, rather that Michael could not afford to have them. Yet the thought stuck in his awareness, the pulse of the city, the flow of life. Michael's eyes glowed with a soft white light as he watched, a gentle fluorescent glow, fucking hell, that was barely noticeable through the rain, and yet was there nonetheless. Through the faint glow, Michael could see things that ordinary humans could not. He could see the evils of the city. They abounded, seeming to multiply with every second that passed, right? That was the first page of Demonstalker, written by me at age 18. And dear God, if I saw this in a slush pile, if I saw this in assignments, I would not be a happy editor. That said, there are still lots of things that could be done to change this. Part of me really wants to do a dramatic reading of this entire story just so we can all really savor just how bad I was at the age of 18. And then maybe do a series of videos looking at how I would rewrite this 25 years later, knowing what I know about writing now, knowing the kinds of things that I know about craft and everything else. If that's the sort of thing you would like to do, it would be a long video series. We'd probably be doing it for a couple of months. But if that's the kind of thing that's interests you, let me know in the comments or drop me a message and we'll have a look at doing that. Thanks. Bye.